Hi everyone, Sarah here. Welcome to another Chit Chat Tuesday. Ginger cat sitting on the ironing board today. I did some ironing earlier and it's nice and warm, so he's sleeping up there. So today we're going to talk about boxes. It's going to be box week. I've got my beautiful Princess and the Pea box. I'll talk about that in a second, and I've got some more samples to show you, but I thought we'd just have a little run through what's been happening this week, because the last video we put up was our cross stitch video, so having a little play with cross stitching, getting creative with it and trying a few different sort of cross stitching ideas. A lot of love for this one. You're really enjoying this one. I think this is appealing to lots of people who do cross stitch, who maybe want to be a little bit more adventurous with it or try a few more different stitches, still within the safety of the holes of the Ada fabric, which is absolutely fine. So I've shown you a few more different types of cross stitch that you can do and how you can put them together and just have a little bit of a fun and a bit of a play. So that one's doing really well. That followed on from the one we just did on the fabric, so that's the finished one there, calling it finished just because that was the circular one as well. So having a lot of fun with this technique, and anybody can do it. Doesn't matter what technique you like to work in. So if you just like to work on a normal fabric freestyle, you can do it on that. If you're a cross stitch, you can do it on your Ada, and I have got one that as well that I did on canvas. So if you're a needle pointer or you like working on canvas, you can do exactly the same thing on the canvas as well and try out lots of different canvas stitches. So it really is great for everybody and brilliant if you're somebody who just maybe overthinks things a little bit, or you're getting a bit stuck because you're planning, and that can just be a bit debilitating. It's just hard sometimes to get going because you're thinking about it too much. Is it right? Is it wrong? This is a really good way just to have a play with your threads and with some stitches without worrying about how it's going to come out and what it is. So if you are a bit of a perfectionist, go and have a look at this video, these two videos, and have a little go at that, and hopefully that will help out as well. And then I've also put one up for Patreon recently, Patreon and our YouTube channel members as well, and I've just taken this one step further. It got me thinking, and then I was inspired out and about, and I made a video on that for them. So if you're interested to know where you can go with this technique, do check that one out. There's details on how you can join either one of those platforms. You don't need to do both. They do the same thing, so just join one or the other. And if you want to know where you can take it and what you can do with it, do go and check that out. The details are in the description below this video. I've been busy in the shop as well. I've had a little rearrange of the shop front. You may have noticed that. I've tidied it up a bit because there's a lot of stuff we're not selling anymore, and we've got some new stuff in as well. So I thought I should just change the shop shelves around, as it were. So I've been doing that, so it might look a little bit different, and we've got a few new things coming in. So we've got some things currently in. I've got some exciting threads, so if you want to try those techniques out that I've just shown you, you want something a little bit different, we've got these Steph Francis thread bundles. These are well stocked last, unless they're really popular I'll get some more in, but these have been sitting around for a while. They're going to be for another project and that never happened. So well stocked last for those ones, unless there's a mad rush on them. And I've also got some DMC colour variations. There's some extra colours. This is just a sample of them. So these are the variegated threads, really, really lovely for doing sort of freestyle, free, creative embroidery. So we've now got those in the shop, and I've also got some more fabrics in. I've got 100% cotton, but it looks like linen look cotton. Currently just in this one colour, so an indigo colour, really beautiful colour. I love this colour, as you can see. Indigo up there. So 100% cotton, looks like linen, but you can iron it much more easily. Much easier to iron. So we've got those ones in, and I've got some more colours as well that are coming, but they're not ready to go in the shop just yet. So I will tell you about those when they arrive. We've got some more linens, some different linen colours, and I've got some more of the bio washed cottons as well. So we've got lots of new stuff coming. So out with the old, in with the new, and I'll keep you updated on that. Okay, so let's talk about boxes. I wanted to do this video for a while, but it's actually quite an involved video, and I'm going to do it in two videos. So today's video I'm going to tell you about the boxes, and I'm going to show you a few, and then on Friday's video I'm going to show you how to make one. So it is quite involved, which is kind of why I've put it up off for a bit. That's my excuse anyway. And but there were a lot of boxes going on in the Stitching Around the World video this year, and they were fabulous, and I thought, oh, it's time to do boxes. I feel it's the right time to do boxes. So we're going to tackle it this week. It's probably going to be a bit of a marathon, but that's fine. I think I'm organised, so I thought I would show you what we're going to do. So I'm going to start at the beginning. So this is the first box that I made. This was made on my embroidery apprenticeship with the Royal School of Needlework, and we made these little boxes. Now, I'm not really sure, thinking about it, why it was part of the curriculum. Not really sure why we do boxes, but we did anyway, and I'm glad we did because they were a lot of fun. And we'd make this little one first. So this was in the first year of the apprenticeship, and it was just a plain box, just a small box. This is 5 centimetres, that's 2 inches square, and it was just about practicing the technique and being accurate with your measuring so that everything fit really beautifully together. So it wasn't about making an embroidered one, it wasn't about doing something really creative with it. It was just about learning the technique, and that's generally how the apprenticeship worked. The first year was do a beginning piece to learn the techniques and learn what you need to do, and then the second year it was take it to the next level and advance it. So this was the first year, and this was a 1.5 day class to do this. We've got a bit quicker since then. Can do them quicker than a 1.5 days, but we had a 1.5 days to learn it, and we had to be really accurate, and it was checked very closely to make sure that the lid fit properly. I'm not going to come and check yours, don't worry, if you want to make one of these. So that was my little one I did, and I don't know if you can see it up too close because it'll get out of focus, but it's got little elephants on it. Cute. So that was the first one I made, and then I'm going to bring this one in, if I can do it without waking Ginger Cat up. So this one has appeared in a video. It's got a video all of its own. Do go and check that out. I will put it up at the end, I think, of this video. Do go and check this one out because I talk through the whole thing, how I planned this. So this was the next level. And from that to that. Don't know. And the brief for this one, so this second year apprenticeship piece project, was to use some embroidery on it, use the skills that you'd already learned. It had to have a moving part to it. Was there anything else? I think that was it. So this is what I made. So this is my Princess in the Pea Bed. I'm not going to go too much detail into this because we've got the whole video on it, on how I made it and all the processes, and we look deep inside this project. So do go and check that one out. But just a little taster of it. One of my favourite pieces, and you can just see Princess is in there. There she is, and there is P. Of course, there's a P underneath all the mattresses, and then the opening part. I'm going to put it down to open it because it's a bit fragile. So I made this in 2005, so it's 20 years old now. It's lasted well. It's the best place to pick it up. So that was my moving part, was a little drawer, and then inside the drawer I printed the story of the Princess and the Pea on a little scroll, and that's the whole story on that, and that stays in the little drawer, which has got little handles on it. So I just made everything. I made the just made everything, and the curtains and these tiny little tassels that were nearly the end of me, those little tassels. So that's where you can take it in the extreme, if you like. So it uses exactly the techniques that are in these small boxes that I'm going to show you, and that I'm going to show you how to make on Friday. So yes, it doesn't look like this, but the techniques of covering the card and sewing together are exactly the same. So if you can get the principle of this and get the hang of this, then you can do whatever you like. World's your oyster. So I'm going to put that back up there. So what I did after that was, the boxes are quite popular when people see them, so I thought I'll do it as a day class. I was teaching in Lincoln at Lincoln Castle Heritage Skills Centre at the time, and we did a day class in making boxes, and these are the boxes that I made. So a variation on this, but simplified down a little bit because this is quite complicated. This one not so much, so this was easy to do in a day. So different inside to this grey one. But you cover the card in exactly the same way, and we make this little lid, and the lid closes, and then instead of putting another box inside, which is what the grey one is, I put a little bag inside and made that sort of ruched little bag there. It's a crazy stripe one. I don't know what I was doing with this frill, just trying some different things, but it's pretty horrible. But the stripes are fun. But exactly the same with this little bag inside. So these are ones that I made for a class, and we did this at the Skills Centre, and we did those in a day. So these are the ones that I am going to show you how to do on Friday. I do have some measurements for this one as well, and I will talk through how to do the inside of this one as well. I'm not actually going to do it, but I'll talk through it, and hopefully it will make sense if you want to have a go at that one a little bit harder. And these are the ones that I am going to tackle. But I want to show you as well where else you can take this, because I had a little bit experiment at the time and I made a triangular one. Not so easy, this one. Don't recommend it, but you can do different shapes if you're mathematically minded. You can have fun working out some different shapes. It did work. It's absolutely fine. It's quite a nice little box. And then I've just put a little tie on the top there to keep it shut. So different shapes do work. So I did a triangle one, and then I've also used the box as an outside. So no lid on this one, but if I tilt it, it's got a little garden in it. It's got a tiny little knot garden. I hope you can see that. So it's got canvas work inside. So this is a brick wall. It's got a door in it there. It's got a little tree, little wisteria inside here with French knots in it. And there's a little fountain in the middle, a little path and some flower beds. So I made that on the canvas work, and I made it in like a cross shape, and then I folded that up and I put that inside the box, and I just made the box to keep it in. So it's a little garden in the box. So like I said, once you've got the hang of how to do the construction, you can just let your imagination go wherever it wants to go. There's a slightly bigger one. So I did these knot gardens as a class a long time ago. I did these, and we do have a video on how to do a version of this. If you're interested, there is a video. It's an old one now, but I think it's still relevant, on knot gardens, embroidered knot gardens. So just have a look for that on the website. If you use the search box, you'll find that on the website, on the YouTube channel. If you use the search box, you'll find it on there if you want to have a go at these. It's fun because you can make little trees and little hedges and flowers and paths and fountains and gates and walls and whatever you like. And then again, I just put that inside this box construction. You could put a lid on that, be quite nice with a lid on it, and you open it up and it's got this little garden inside. But I never did do that. I just made it like that. So there's a few different places you can take this. And then while I was thinking about this video, I had a little route around, pulled all this stuff out. I haven't seen it for a long time. It's been a while since I've done box making. So I pulled all my little bits and pieces out, and then I came across this. So this isn't finished. And I found the instructions for it, which I think I did a little plan. 9th of January 2007. That's how long this one's been on the go, folks. And it's really pretty. It's beautiful fabric. I've still got loads of the fabric with it. Really lovely fabric. And it's got these little compartments, and the idea with this one was that it was going to be a magic box, and you could open it one way and you could get to these two compartments, and then open it the other way and you get to this compartment. And I got this far with it. So this is the inner part. You can see here the sort of where I've covered it with fabric. So there would be another box around the outside. You kind of made two boxes put together, and then I made this little model of it. It's a bit squashed now, but hopefully you'll get the idea. So that's my box. It's not as deep as this, but you know, get the idea. So this bit is this bit, and then this is the lid. So the idea was that when I open it one way, I can get into these two compartments, and then I close the lid and I open it the other way. I'm looking at the camera so I can see what I'm doing, and you get to the middle bit. It's magic. One way, those two bits, shut it. Open it the other way, that bit in the middle. And I thought, oh, wouldn't that be cool as a box? So I made this little model of it. You can see how it sort of works. Kind of crosses over in the middle like that. So I made this little model of it, and I started, and then I got stuck with the mechanics of it, because you have to double these pieces up. There's two pieces of cardboard here. This is the inner box, and there would be another one around the outside. There's one more piece of it here. So that makes the box that goes on the outside. And then doubling these bits up that moved, I seem to remember that was difficult, and I got stuck with it for some reason. But I was having a little look at it early and thinking, I don't think that is too difficult. I think maybe I was overthinking it. Either that or I've forgotten what the problem was. So I thought I might try that again. So I'll just put a lid on it and make a box around it. It'll be really nice just as it is. But it would be nice to do this magic box. So I think I'm going to have another go at it. I think I can fudge it, if nothing else. I think I can make a version of it that would work. So I have to make a separate compartment here, here and here. And then I've got to make a lid and attach them to the lid. So I think I can still do it. So I might go and have a look at that this evening and see what I can come up with. If I've worked that out, I'll let you know. If I haven't, I'll just go very quiet and hope nobody notices. So I've still got the fabric, which is great. I kept the fabric with it because then I would be in trouble. So I've got the fabric, I've got my little model, I've got my sheet of measurements. I've even got the measurements for the 3 little boxes. So we'll have a little look and see if I can still make something of that. So there is a lot of places that you can take this technique, and if you check out our Stitching Around the World video for this year, if you haven't seen it yet, why not? There's loads of amazing pieces on it. Do go and have a look at what everybody else has been making, because there's some brilliant boxes in it, and there's also boxes in last year's Stitching Around the World as well. So have a look at that one too if you want to be inspired as to where you can go with this. So it's something a little bit different from what I normally do, because with sewing rather than embroidering, you can add your embroidery to it. Of course you can. You can put embroidery on the top. You can put embroidery around the panels. If you know the stump work caskets, then they are covered in embroidery, boxes covered in embroidery. So you can take this where you want to, but I'm just going to show you how to make the box, and I'm going to let you do the rest. So I hope that will be of interest to you, and then you'll join me for that one and see what this box making is all about. Okay folks, so that's it. Little quick look at some fabric boxes. Join me on Friday to see how to make them. I hope you've enjoyed that one. If you want to see the Princess in the Pea bed, you can go and check that video out up here, all about that and how I made that, and you can have a little look around that and see what that's all about. Thank you for watching everyone. Give it a thumbs up. I'll see you on Friday.